speed and thrill is what attracts people, and a little bit of the risk, you know. Living life on the edge is good sometimes. Hey, this is Eli Tomac. Welcome to the ranch. We are at the place I call home in Cortez, Colorado. I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere for your typical motocross rider, but it's where I grew up and what's always worked for me. And it's a place I think I'm going to stay for a really long time. Here is a 100-acre alfalfa farm and a couple hundred more acres of just natural land. I was very fortunate to grow up on that and to have that opportunity to have my own track and everything. So yeah, that way I'm very blessed. Kawasaki team came out here with the Good Works bike, and right now is kind of our first shakedown. It's our very first test, you know, whatsoever. You know, I start off with a little warm up, and then we'll go out there and, you know, do a couple hard laps. You know, when you're testing, you wanna ride at a pace that you're racing at. You know, so you got to push. You're doing short laps, but they're hard laps. You know, so a lot of times you dink with your chassis the most at first, which is, you know, your suspension, and that's by far the biggest component, you know, that you want to get comfortable with, and then you start messing with your engine and the little things like that, you know, because you can make up seconds with a good suspension or chassis setup, you know, other than having a 1,000 horsepower, you know, motor or something. So for me, I like to dial in my suspension first and then get to the engine stuff. With this bike, hopefully you won't be testing as much because you're already in such a good starting point. So that's where a good balanced chassis helps out a lot. You can pretty much do anything you want to do here outdoors. I mean, it just depends on the time of year. You know, I do a lot of mountain biking in the off time for training also. You can go more into the high mountains and national forests. There's awesome trails to go hike. I even hunt in archery season. You can spend about a month doing that. Shoot, other than having the beach here, you know, you got pretty much everything else. It's just a different lifestyle. For me, this is a lot more relaxing out here. After your race and coming here, you're not stressing out about a bunch of traffic or what time you got to be here or there. You know, it's a really good balance. You can kind of sit back and just enjoy nature, if you want to call it. Kind of sounds dork, but it's a good way to release for sure. I'm very fortunate to be able to live here though and have it. You know, I love working on machines, driving the tractor around, and now I tune the Supercross track up myself. You know, I do all the maintenance on it, and I've always enjoyed it since I was young, so it's kind of been with me, and I think, I don't know, it's whatever you like when you're young, you know, sometimes you'll just keep pursuing that forever. You know, started with the little boots and worked my way up, you know, into the Tech 10 now. Alpine Stars has been with me from the beginning, and, you know, after a while it starts to kind of feel like home, you know, and it's cool when you get to stick with the brand, you know, you believe in it. So the passion's there with the company, you know, to go out there racing and really, you know, go after it. I'm on, you know, they've had a lot of success. There's a little bit of pressure in that sense, but I mean, it's all about just minimizing mistakes, you know. The stopwatch never lies, results are everything, really. Only time will tell for that, you know, when we go to Anaheim and the Supercross season starts.
Na hát köszönöm szépen, hogy megnéztétek ezt a videót Eli Tomacről. A YouTube-on meg tudjátok találni ezen a néven ezt a videót. Írjátok be azt, hogy Eli Tomac Kawasaki, és itt lesz. Ha nem akartok lemaradni, akkor iratkozzatok föl, lájkoljátok a videót, és én Monster Energy 777 voltam. Sziasztok!